back to our regular agenda. I believe we were at, was it agenda item 4, recognitions?
I don't think there's
We
any
have-
recognition.
No, no recognition.
We could
Come on.
skip
Okay,
to public
yeah.
comments, item number
Okay.
6.
Okay. We skip, okay, no, we have agenda item 6. We do have public comments. Someone has signed up for public comments. So, comments shall be limited to current board agenda items, student recognitions, or charitable causes. Comments are limited to 3 minutes per speaker. The speaker will be informed when he or she has 1 minute remaining. No more than 3 persons will be allowed to speak on any side of an issue, nor shall the time per subject exceed 10 minutes. Delegations of more than 3 persons shall appoint 1 person to present their views to the board. Public comment shall not be used for personal attacks by the speaker against board members, district employees, or students. Speakers who engage in personal attacks or use insulting, profane, threatening, or abusive language during any board meeting shall be ruled out of order by the presiding officer and may be escorted from the board meeting by district peace officers or security staff. Any concerns or complaints regarding employees, public officials, or parents must be resolved via the appropriate complaint process, as stated in BED Local pursuant to 551.042 of the Texas Government Code. No board member or administrator may respond to a member of the public unless such response is a recitation of district policy or a statement of specific factual information. So we'll proceed with public comment. I believe we have Valdemar Garcia Jr. Come on up, sir. Welcome.
Good afternoon, members of the board, Mr. Cruz, Mr. Santos. What a nice meeting to attend by coincidence. This subject came up at lunch, and we started wondering if students from San Antonio and the Valley are going to start moving to Laredo because of the quality of education they can get.
They
So
should.
it's nice to be able to boast a little bit. I'm here on agenda item 1082, the termination of the contract, the mini billboard contract with Impacto Media. Mr. Montalvo's here. I had sent a letter to Mr. Cruz, and I know some of Mr. Montalvo's clients have tried to reach out to their respective board members. And the reason I'm here is because I wanted to tell the board that we have a wonderful golden opportunity with this contract that UISD entered into with Impacto Media. And when I say a golden opportunity, it's one of the rare instances that we have where the school district can have a revenue generating stream. I know the school district gets most of its funding from the state, and that's understandable with public education. But in this unique situation, the school district actually has a revenue center that's going to make money for it, as opposed to a cost center. And I think that's something very innovative and something very creative that the board had the vision to do. And so that was one of the positive things about it. The other thing, as far as the negatives, we were told that there could be safety concerns with the placement of the mini billboards and aesthetics, or the way the campuses look. And Mr. Montalvo, in the letter that we sent to the board, said he's willing to make any changes the school district might want, and we probably didn't get a chance to communicate that to the board effectively enough last time. But if there's a problem with the location of a mini billboard, he's willing to move it, either remove it or relocate it. The way we'd like to effectuate that would be at each campus, reach out to the respective principals and teachers and have a group or a board or an organization that can be involved with the selection of signs as far as content, location, removing a board altogether. And so that's one way we'd like this to get the schools a little more involved with the process. Mr. Montalvo is willing to retain a traffic engineer if there's any safety issues, or meet with the school's traffic department or police department to address any safety concerns. Again, with regards to the appearance of the district or the campuses, he's willing to move the signs and so improve the overall look of the schools. So he just wants a chance to try to do that, to get the board to reconsider its termination of his contract. It's a terminable at will contract, so if he can't address the concerns, the board has, the board could always terminate later and just give him a chance to try to reach the full potential of this project. The last couple of things I wanted to say, what's exciting about this project is it really is an opportunity for a public-private joint venture. It could be a model for future contracts between the private enterprise and public enterprise. The billboards all have a positive sign. Our idea is also to focus on the positive message, make them more of a public service announcement and less of an advertisement, if you will, and places or businesses that are consistent with the school board's message or its mission, higher education, TAMIU, wellness, gyms, doctor's offices, healthy living, those sorts of themes that the school and that the school district. I was told by the young lady here that we were going to have.
That's 3 minutes. You got 3.5 minutes for it.
But
We'll let you go on for another minute or two. Is that okay?
I just had
Okay,
two more
just
points
two
to
more
make.
minutes, Mr. Molina? Is everybody in agreement with that?
Sure,
Yes?
sure.
Okay.
So the last point I had wanted to make was, again, it's an exciting concept, this partnering or joint venturing, if you will, between private enterprise, businesses that are advertising through Mr. Montalvo on the school district campuses. It brings those businesses to the school district. They promote a positive message. The children, when they're at the school, see not only the positive message that they get from their teachers and the administrators and the staff, when they leave the school, they see those messages. The parents see those messages. Those are the kinds of businesses that we want to see prosper in this community, and that the fact that they're choosing to advertise with Mr. Montalvo and indirectly, but really directly with UISD, it's a wonderful opportunity for those businesses to reach out to the students and the parents, but also to promote these positive messages so the students see that it's everywhere. So it's got a great public message to it. It's a moneymaker for the school. I know that the board is concerned with maximizing its revenues and reducing its costs. This is one way, a creative way to create a revenue stream. And maybe there's other businesses out there that might want to do business with the school district. And if this is the manner of doing so, where you're promoting positive messages like Mr. Montalvo's business, I would end with, I'd like to ask the court to reconsider the termination as a UISD taxpayer, the parent of a former UISD student and a current UISD student, and a proud former student of UISD myself. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Agenda item 7, Mr. Cruz?
Correct.
Okay, moving on. Agenda item 7. At this time, we move on to the consent agenda items. Does anybody have a motion, or does anybody have a particular need to go over a consent item? No. Is there a motion first?
Make a motion?
Do we have a second?
Okay, so the motion is to approve consent agenda items 7A through K, or excuse me, 7A through L.
Correct.
All right.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Motion passes. Agenda item 8, items for individual consideration. Item 8A, approval of donations. Mr. Santos?
Yes, Ms. Alvarado, members of the board, it is recommended that the board trustees graciously accept the following donations, and this will be attached to the minutes. We have two donations. One is the Alexander High School football athletic trainers receive a donation of $1,000 from Laredo Sport Medicine Clinic. And Perez Elementary receive a donation of $250 from Enrique Soto from Master Supply Chain Logistics Inc. This month, it was a total of $1,250 that we graciously accept, and want to thank these people for helping our schools.
Motion to accept the donation.
Second?
All in favor? Okay, motion passes. All right, moving on to agenda item 8B, approval of board minutes for the month of July 2018.
Make a motion to approve?
All in favor? Motion passes. Agenda item 8C, approval of requests from board members in regarding to the use of Board of Trustee discretionary funds for various projects and campuses. Mr. Zuniga?
Good evening, board members. Besides the requests that are contained in your packet, there's several other requests that I'd like to read into the record. There's 7 requests from LBJ High School, Mr. Armando Salazar, principal, sponsored by one each by each board member for $5,000 each. There's a request from John B. Alexander High School, Mr. Sandoval, principal, sponsored by Ms. Oliveros, in an amount of $8,000. There's a request from United Middle School, Ms. Rebecca Cos Morales, sponsored by Mr. Javier Montemayor, for $4,000. And another request from John B. Alexander High School, sponsored by Mr. Javier Montemayor, also in the amount of $4,000. So another request from United Middle School, Ms. Morales, principal, co-sponsored by Mr. Javier Montemayor and Ms. Alisa Flores Oliveros, $3,000 each, for a total of $6,000. A request from Lyndon Baines Johnson High School, Mr. Armando Salazar, principal, sponsored by Mr. Ramiro Vélez in the amount of $2,500. And then a request from Lyndon Baines Johnson High School, Mr. Armando Salazar, principal, co-sponsored by Mr. Ricardo Molina, $7,000. Ramiro Vélez III, $2,500. Juan Roberto Ramirez, $2,250. And Mr. Ricardo Rodriguez, $2,500, for a total of $14,250.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Zuniga. Is there a motion regarding the approval of board member travel for the month of September 2018 as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, I think okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry, that was not for travel. That was for discretionary funds. Okay.
Okay,
Do we still have the
I'll make
motion?
I'll make a motion for letter C to approve, approval request and with the added request that Mr. Zuniga mentioned.
Thank you, Mr. Vélez.
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Motion passes. Agenda item 8D, approval of board member travel for the month of September 2018.
Yes, it is recommended the Board of Trustees approve the board member travel for the month of September. That's to attend the 2018 KSA TSB Convention in Austin.
Okay,
Make the motion to approve.
Second.
all in favor? Motion passes. Ms. Laida, you have it? No, we're good?
Yes, I'm
Okay,
sorry.
all right.
I'm here
Thank
for
you.
the next item. Sorry.
Okay, you're good. Agenda item 8E, adoption of official budget for the 2018-2019 fiscal year. There you go, Ms. Benavides.
Thank you. Members of the board, Mr. Santos, Mr. Cruz, and members of the audience, we're bringing to you the official budget, a proposed official budget for the 18-19 fiscal year. It was prepared to cover all estimated revenue and proposed expenditures of the district for the following school year, the 18-19 school year. It was prepared by August 20th as required by law, and a notice of the public meeting to discuss the budget and proposed tax rate was published in the Laredo Morning Times. We have the section Texas Education Code references of what we follow to prepare this budget, and I'd like to report that it is a balanced budget for all 3 funds.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, do we have a motion?
Make a motion.
Okay, regarding the resolution of adoption of the 2018 tax rate as presented. We do have a motion? Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Motion passes.
Thank
Congratulations.
you. And I'd like to just take a minute. I have my staff here that helped prepare for the budget. We have Ms. Rosa Cabello, our county manager. We have Belinda Salazar, our budget manager. And we have the guys over here, Mark Ceballos, our payroll manager, Felipe Jimenez, our student activities manager.
Stand
And
up
of
so we can
course,
see you.
Sam Flores, our comptroller, Irene Reese, our senior accountant. And I wouldn't be able to bring you this without their help. So
And you as well. And then congratulations on the 100 out of 100, wasn't it, for fiscal accountability? Yes, so congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Okay, agenda item 8G, discussion.
We need that was the
Oh, that's
official
it, yeah,
budget
sorry.
that was approved, so we need to go to a resolution to adopt the 2018 tax rate. That's agenda item 8F.
Okay, so I just read into the record, resolution to adopt the 2018 tax rate. And is there a motion regarding the resolution to adopt the 2018 tax rate as presented?
Well, I think the language needs to be more specific.
Okay, so we have that.
I move that the property tax rate be increased by the adoption of a tax rate of $1.251723, which is effectively a 7.89% increase in the tax rate.
Do we have a second?
Second.
And I think Ms. Madrigal is going to read something into the record.
I'll read the rest of the 2018 resolution to the minutes. A resolution ordinance levying annual ad valorem tax for the year 2018, setting specific tax rate applicable to all Rio personal and mixed properties situated within the United Independent School District, setting due date and providing for penalties and interest on delinquent taxes. Be it resolved, ordained by the Board of Trustees of the United Independent School District, Webb County, Texas, that an ad valorem tax rate of $1.251723 per 100 cash valuation and assessment ratio of 100 market value, as said values are fixed by the Appraisal Review Board, and the same is hereby levied for the 2018 on all property and mixed property located and situated within the confines and boundaries of United Independent School District as of January 1st of this year, and set out below. The above specified ad valorem tax rate for the 2018 be adopted on 100 cash valuation assessment ratio of 100% market value as follows. $1.04 rate for local maintenance fund, 0.211723 rate of debt service bonded indebtedness interest and sinking fund, $1.251723 total tax rate. This tax rate will raise more taxes for maintenance and operation than last year's tax rate. Any person failing to pay their taxes on or before February 1st, 2019 shall be subject to the minimum penalties and connection costs thereon allowed by law to be collected on delinquent taxes. All delinquent taxes shall bear interest at the highest per annum interest and shall bear interest from the date of delinquency until paid. The tax assessor collector is hereby authorized to assess and collect the taxes for United Independent School District.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And as a board member and a taxpayer, thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Okay, yes, I think that does deserve an applause, because that's awesome. Okay, so we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Motion passes. Okay, very well. Moving on, agenda item 8G, discussion and possible action to approve legal service contract with the law firm of Balls and Marroquin LLP.
The recommendation is to approve the legal services contract with law firm of Balls and Marroquin.
Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve recommendation.
Second? Okay, all in favor? Motion passes. Agenda item 8H, we already did, the public hearing. Okay. So next we have agenda item 9, closed session. The time is now, if my glasses let me see, 6:48, is that correct?
That's fine.
Okay, PM, and the board will adjourn into closed session pursuant to section 551.071, 551.072, 551.074, and 551.076 of the Texas Government Code to discuss agenda items 9A through D. We should be back in approximately 1 hour.
Bingo.
Bingo, bingo. Okay. The time is now 7:59, and we are back from closed session.
Madam President, members of the board, the recommendation on agenda item 10A is not to pursue an appeal of Commissioner of Education decisions Lina Volpe and Paul Kane versus UISD as presented in closed session.
Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve recommendation.
Motion and second. All those in favor? Motion passes. Agenda item 10B, action regarding invoking or waiving mediation clause in the contract between UISD and Impacto Media.
Recommendation on this item is to table it.
Do we have a motion?
Second.
Second? Okay, discussion. I just wanted to let Impacto Media know that we have many ideas that we'd like to discuss with you. We do not have a full board right now, and the board members that are missing, we know that they have ideas that they want to contribute to the contract. So for that reason, we are going to table for. So all those in favor? Motion passes.
And agenda item 10C, there's no action to be taken at this point.
Okay, motion to adjourn.
No,
So
before we adjourn, can I make one announcement, please?
Yes.
I'd like to announce to, obviously with board approval, the recommendation to promote Mr. David Garcia, the Associate Superintendent for Human Resources.
Yes, congratulations, Mr. Garcia.
Thank you. Well deserved.
Thank you. Very well deserved, Mr. Garcia.
Congratulations, Mr. Garcia. You had to work more.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Good evening.